Okay, we've almost made it to the end here. What we're going to do now is spend some time to customize this page a little bit. If you're happy with your template that you chose, that's great, but just stick with us to the next video. There's going to be some little changes you can make just might make it look a little bit better and get it to what you want. So I'm going to go back out here to the dashboard, down to layout, and out to the template designer. Before I start anything here, I want to let you know that there's a really good chance that I'm going to end up with a really ugly blog here, because I'm going to just go through the tools to show you, and in that process I could make a mess. As I go through here, we can go back to these templates just like we looked at them earlier, and maybe we change those as we go. So, maybe it looks different to you, and click this little triangle, and you get an idea what it looks like. So, let's just say I'm happy with a simple template that I have here. I'll go with this blue one. Now, as I work my way down, I get some options. Okay, maybe I want to change some colors, and you can see what it's doing. It's picking a little color theme for me here. I like the purplish one here. Well, I'm still kind of not too thrilled about the plainness of this. So I'm going to click on this little drop down here, and I get a bunch of backgrounds. You can go from anything from extremely annoying to very nice in here. So I'm just going to click on this thing with these little birds. Don't like that. Don't really like the leaves. And you can just keep clicking your way through these until you find something that kind of gets you. Let's go with the money thing here. If you, let's say we're teaching an economics course. Done. You say, well, that's a little busy. I'll click this to get a better look at it. But there is something we can do to kind of make it less busy. I'm going to go down to the adjust widths. I'm going to make my entire blog a little bit bigger. And now that messy background is much smaller. And I'm also going to make this sidebar a little bit smaller. So that's kind of what my blog would look like now. Again, still plain, simple, and a little bit different background. You can continue down. Layouts I wouldn't mess with too much at this time, because if you've set your gadgets up where you want them, it's probably all good. So I'm going to skip by this. This is where now I can change fonts and colors and a few other things. So the page text is can't see it here. It's down a little bit lower. But my suggestion is stick with 2 types of fonts, maybe 3, but don't go with a ton here, because you get 3 or 4 different type of fonts, things start to look messy. Now the background. This is, you can change some colors to the background of your blog, which is kind of the white part now. So I was kind of going with the money theme here. Let's stay with the green, but go something a little bit lighter. Okay, that will do. And the header they got right now is transparent, but if I can pick a color to make that, I'm going to go back over to the greens a little bit and go with a little bit more contrasty green. Again, not very good, but just showing you what you can do. Links, those are sort of links in your entire blog, whatever color they are. Like if they're blue, when you click them, they'll change color, and when you hover over them, they'll be a different color. This is where you make those decisions. My blog title, I will make a change here though. Let's go with a different, and if I just click on these and use my down arrow key to go through them, see what I got. Now I'll go with that. Make it a little bit bigger if I can. Okay, and I'm going to stick with this color. I could change the color here if I wanted to. Blog description, I don't have one written. It would be right there if I wrote one. The tabs, I can change some colors here if I want to. Like I said, I'm kind of going with the green theme. There we go. Tabs backgrounds. Do we want to change that to a green? Probably not, but I'm going to anyways. And And the color of the one selected will be a dark green. Post title. This is something I usually do change though. Don't always change the font and type, but I do usually make it a little bit bigger. And again, I don't have a title here, but it would be right there. The date. Change that color to blue so it'll be really ugly so it will stick out. So you can see what it changed. See, it's changed the font color. Post foot, I'm not going to do anything there. Gadgets, this will just change the font for the gadgets. And I do make this bigger a lot of times as well. You can see I made these bigger over here. So if little things that were you were looking at your blog, if you were saying, oh, those fonts are too small in the post, this is where you make all those changes. Alright, and here's the CSS, which is, again, beyond the scope of this class. I managed really to make this kind of a ugly blog, and I'm not even comfortable leaving it at that. I'm going to have to change this background to something that's not quite so bad. I won't be able to click away. This is one of those things where you can find yourself stuck here for a long, long time if you don't limit yourself. And you can see I changed my background. It changed the some of the things I changed when we went through the advanced settings. So I'd have to go back and do that again. But this is kind of where my blog is at now. Let's pretend that I like it. I just click apply to blog. Takes a few seconds to apply the changes. And now this is what my blog would look like from when my visitors came to it. Again, what I do is I walk away from this a lot. I change it, I come back, I change it, I come back, and once I find something I like, then I tend to stick with it for a long time. So that's pretty much it. That's something you're going to have to explore and just try, and you'll find what you like eventually. So good luck with that. And right now we're pretty much done. If you have any questions about how to do something, the final assignment for this class is to upload a link to your final blog in a Google Plus account community that I created. I want to use that community as a place where people can show off what they've learned. So if you learn something new and want to tell people how to do it, you just tell us in the Google Plus account, and when the class is over, it will be a good place for us to still be able to communicate and ask questions. So ask questions in that Google Plus account that I will be showing you in the next movie how to use. Good luck. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, I'm always around, so just email me if something didn't quite come out the way you want, and we can get it looking exactly how you like.